Oh my gosh, this next comedian coming up, I love him. We are like kindred spirits. And he's wearing a sweater vest, which is pretty much all I require. Here he is, Chris Carneal!
Oh my God! You guys all drove up here? I thought there were going to be like 4 people. Nightmare, frankly. So, you know, I was driving up here and I saw a sign for the Museum of Tolerance. You guys know about this place? It's like, things have gotten that bad. We need a museum to remind us what it was like to be kind to each other. And like, I mean, what is inside there? Like animatronic figures showing you how to be polite? After you, ma'am. After you, ma'am. But you know, I thought religion was pretty much going to make us all tolerant, and I was obviously very, very wrong. Religion is kind of like a pharmacy these days for people. You know, you don't feel so good, you pop a prayer, you feel a little bit better about yourself. Like Buddhist, sort of like Xanax. Jesus is, well, down south, Jesus is crack. And, yeah, what the Muslims have Muhammad. Muhammad for me is like Imodium, because honestly, when I meet any of their followers, I just want to shit myself. But you know, I make fun of religion, but I have to admit, I do find great solace, kind of existential comfort, in a God I call the snooze button. I fucking love that. I mean, it's like death. It's like one long, endless sick day. No snooze button. Don't have to call in. All right, so you know, I'm not really that religious, but I do subscribe to a lot of the self-help methodology. In fact, I usually peruse the self-help sections of bookstores. Just the other day, I saw this title in the self-help section. It was like, "How to Make People Like You," but I read it as "How to Make People Like You." I guess I was hoping it was like some kind of cloning manual. That's really narcissistic, isn't it? Maybe I'm just kind of a control freak. Narcissistic control freak is like the worst Match.com personality profile. Not so bad for J-Date. And I think... I see you guys know what I'm talking about. No. You know, if I put my true personality traits on a dating site, I would be like destined for a life of masturbation and raising kittens. But you know, I know I'm up here in front of a crowd, and you'd never believe this, but I'm very introverted. In fact, when I watch the news, it kind of bugs me when kind of the serial killer of the moment is described by neighbors as, well, exactly like I am. It's always the neighbor going like, "Well, he was quiet and pretty much kept to himself. Very good with children." I think that's why when I told most of my friends and family that I was considering a performance, they're like, "Go, speak in public, talk out loud. Oh my God. Do it for us, do it for our safety." But you know, in spite of all my personality flaws, I know that I am actually the most employable person on the planet. Because, you want to know why? Because I know I look like everyone who's had any job anywhere. It never fails. When I'm in the aisle of any store, it's like a stranger will come up to me like, "Hey, do you work here?" What is that? I mean, do I give off some kind of Walmart, Office Max R Us pheromone that attracts these people to me? I mean, it's not like I can really do anything with that either. It's not like I can, you know, I could be at a job interview and say, "No, you don't need my resume. Well, let me ask you one question. Do I look like I work here?" That's what I thought. I will see you on Monday. Judgmental prick. But no, I know I look a certain way. Somewhere between kind of like skinny geek and tall, thin, and Manson. That's fair to say. But as I age, your looks change. Aging is kind of like your body just giving way to gravity. But I'm really skinny and flabby, which kind of defies physics. So I got that going for me. No, but I'm not anorexic, but I do eat very healthy. I pay attention to what I eat. But eating healthy can just be so boring. In fact, a friend of mine is in the audience. I think he found a solution for a variety of diet, because this is true. There are these tablets that you can take, and it will make anything that's anything that's sour taste sweet. This is real. So like if you're having like yogurt, it'll taste a little bit like ice cream. If you have like lemon juice, it'll taste like honey or whatever. And I started to think, well, wow, if your brain can be tricked into thinking that something is sour, tastes sweet, can it be fooled into thinking like shit tastes sweet? And is there a substance that could do that? And there is. It's money. But speaking of money, what a great segue that was. I went holiday shopping in Beverly Hills, and it's kind of strange. You go to Beverly Hills and it's just like really extravagant prices on everything. I went to this place, Barney's, and there was this in the men's department. There was this shoe with it was on a pedestal, and I walked up close to it, and it's just like this. It's kind of like this Converse high top. And it had like bedazzled crystals and like shiny shit all over it, and some furry bullshit around the shoe holes and everything. But what was really strange is the price. I lifted up the heel and it was $1,200. $1,200 for Muppet feet in like the biggest, ritziest store in Beverly Hills. And I mean, I'm not even sure that's for like the pair, Do you remember back in the day when people were like killing each other over $100 Nikes? If you got shot over these shoes, it wouldn't be a crime. It would be justice. In addition to getting up in front of people and complaining, I'm also an illustrator. And this weekend, I finished up this. I gotta admit, it's this really wonderful caricature of Allah. I mean, it had like a really intricate crucifix over his huge tits and everything. Yeah, I know. You can get killed for a joke like that. I get it. And by the way, can we just call the war on terror a tie? I mean, they're running from our missiles. We're running from their shoe bombs. We're all scared shitless. Mission accomplished. Speaking of terrorism, like if the terrorists win and they take over our government, what's their economic plan? Is it like some kind of pain bartering? Like they chop pieces of each other off and trade them for chickens? Is that how it works? What would the heavy negotiation sound like in that condition? I got one more thing to say about terrorism before I wrap it up. I was looking at my DirecTV programming guide, and I saw a documentary. It was 9/11, the Behind the Fall of the Towers, and listed directly below that was Muppets Take Manhattan. I never thought that the Muppets would do that. It's bad enough they're buying shoes at Barney's. Thanks so much.
Kenny and Flabby.